The Clown and the Stranger. Written by Mark Roach. Narrated by Dom Ferraro. A clown sits in his chair and gazes into a mirror at his unpainted face. Soft violin music plays in the corner of the dimly lit room as he looks into his own troubled eyes, as if he were looking at a stranger, and wonders where the dreams of his youth have gone. He loses himself for a moment in thoughts of what might have been. What if can be a dangerous thing, I suppose, especially for those whose path forward seems so predetermined. The clown is jolted out of his daydream by a sharp pain shooting through his brain like a bolt of lightning, which has become a common occurrence, but is always unwelcome. He blinks rapidly, widens his eyelids, then blinks again, trying to regain focus, shouting, "Fuck!" as he slams his fist on the table, scattering its contents like an exploding grenade. Slowly lifting his head, he reestablishes eye contact with himself, only to find it awkward, as if a stranger had caught him staring. Nevertheless, he continues to stare into the mirror, which has now become a window into his past, as he sees behind him the bookcase full of books that he has not read, and on top of the bookcase, artwork that he has not finished and cannot ever do so, for that is a skill he no longer possesses. Over by the fireplace sits a dusty chessboard with toppled pieces scattered about like dead soldiers on a battlefield, connected by cobwebs. And then there is a box of old trophies, memories of his exploits on the gridiron that were once symbols of pride and accomplishment, are now a painful reminder of his current state as they lay broken in a box covered with dirty socks and underwear. Tears begin to roll down his weathered face as he surveys all his failures. Funny thing, mirrors. They play to the vanity of youth and the endless possibilities attached to it, but they also give opportunity for self-abasement and the surrender of hope for those who have spent a lifetime struggling. So he finds himself at a crossroad. Either he accepts that he is now a clown, and all the past hopes and dreams are gone forever, or he, exits stage left. He is a clown because of circumstance, a clown that yearns to play Hamlet, but a clown nonetheless. This is his struggle, his irrevocable condition. What he could have been or might have done does not matter anymore. Traumatic brain injury and probable chronic traumatic encephalopathy has limited his potential to that of clownhood. Oh God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seems to me all the uses of this world. The unwelcome stranger that resides within the clown's head mockingly quotes Hamlet. This evil stranger hates his proprietor with the darkest passion, but seems to finally share common ground with him, as he too wants this to be over. For over 30 troubled years, the stranger has been the clown's unwelcome companion. Exhausted by this tumultuous partnership, the clown asks, "When will this journey be over?" "I am yours, and you are mine, forever," says the stranger. Then reminds him, "I am who you are. You are defined by me. You are a clown because I say you are. All that you esteem, I have taken from you, and I have only just begun. If you wish to rid yourself of me, you know what to do. I am your life. If you want to end me, you must end your life." The clown has no rebuttal to what the stranger has just said. He concedes defeat, but decides to do one last show. He picks up all the scattered makeup from the floor and begins the process of becoming what the waiting audience wants him to be. Fake smiles are a part of his life, whether they are painted on or not. It is time, so he takes his place behind the curtain. The pain of overwhelming anxiety races through every fiber of his being. "You didn't think I was going to let you go out there alone, did you?" says the stranger. "Of course not," the clown timidly replies. The squeaking of the pulleys announces that showtime is just moments away as they begin to raise the curtain. The clown watches the tattered cloth bunch together as it creeps upward, as if he is watching the hand of an executioner lift his axe and is seconds away from facing those that have judged him and found him unworthy. The curtain is now fully open, and the clown is in full view of the audience. Nothing to hide behind, and all his weaknesses and failures on display. He would feel more vulnerable only if he were naked. The unrealistic expectations of the crowd are not lost on the clown as he looks over the audience, being careful not to make eye contact with anyone. The clown clears his throat, takes a step forward, stands there silently for what seems to be an eternity. The murmuring and impatience of the crowd is a tragic reminder to the clown that he does not matter to them in a way that people should matter to one another. They want Hamlet, but they get you. You are a fool to these people, a cheap laugh, unworthy, the stranger screams. So, as the clown struggles to untangle his thoughts long enough to speak without proving the stranger's claims that he is a fool correct, he notices that some people are already starting to walk out. Enough is enough, he thinks to himself, and then screams to those that remain that there is no more of me to give. What I once had to offer is now depleted. I am sorry, but the show has ended, says the clown through a broken voice. There is no applause, no thank you for all the past performances. Just the disgusted stares of an unappreciative people as they move on with no consideration for him, as if the clown never existed. The clown and the stranger are the only ones left. The stranger laughs, then asks, "How long the fool, clown?" The auditorium is now empty. The lights have been turned off. In the dark, the clown accepts his fate and whispers, "I have that within which passeth show, these but the trappings and the suits of woe." And the stranger applauds and dances about inside his head. "So, this is how it ends?" he says to the stranger. "Yep." But before the stranger could finish his comment, a single light burst through the darkness. Startled, the clown raises his hand to filter the light as he can see the silhouette of someone approaching. "What now? Tell them to go away," says the stranger. "Tell them to go away," he screams. As the silhouette slowly becomes a person, the clown sits on the edge of the stage and begins to weep as he recognizes his wife. She does not have to say anything. Smiling, she just begins to wipe away the tears and clown makeup. Then she sits alongside him with her head on his shoulder, holding his hand. With her, he is not a clown. He is Hamlet. He is Romeo. He is Jack, and she is Diane. This is their little ditty. She accepts that she will forever be a part of his story. She is his hero. When he is with her, the stranger is not so bold. The stranger is a liar. With her, he is not defined by his circumstance. With her, nothing else matters. A note from the author. Storytelling helps me cope. It reminds me of what I have, not what I have lost. I understand the struggles of probable CTE in a very intimate way. It can be terrifying and very frustrating at times. If you know someone with probable CTE, I hope that in some small way this may help and give insight into what your loved one may be experiencing. I can only imagine how difficult it must be to care for someone with probable CTE and all their mental issues. I know the darkness of wanting this life to end. Love has saved my life. This is dedicated to my wife.